For me as a trader, the most important thing is to know which is the best pair to trade right after London opens. And for that reason, I'm using this indicator called the Forex Profit Supreme Meter, which shows the strength of the currencies. At any moment, it shows which is the strongest currency, which is the weakest currency, and which is the best pair to buy and which is the best pair to sell. Well, it doesn't really mean that it is the best pair. It is just the pair that rises, or the one that is the most bullish at the moment, and the pair that is the most bearish, or the one that is really dropping at the moment. Okay, so right after London opens, I am looking at this indicator, and if I see that Euro, for example, is on the bottom and yen is on the top, then I would focus on euro yen and I would sell it with that example that I picked. On the other hand, if I see euro on the top and yen on the bottom, I would be looking to buy euro yen because it is the best choice right after the market opens. However, I am always confirming on the higher time frames, and for that reason I'm using trading view. So right in here I have one of it. Let me actually bring the whole thing. You will see how many tabs I have. So with each currency pair, I'm looking at the daily chart and I am looking at the M15 chart. On the daily chart, I'm looking for a few things. Most importantly is the direction of the trend. And we say we are in an uptrend when we have series of high highs and high lows. This is the Dow theory, very basic. And we are in downtrend when we have series of lower highs and lower lows. As well, I put three moving averages, the 20, 100 and 200, but these are just for confirmation and I use those to see the direction of the big trend. Okay, but for me the more important thing is actually the series of high highs and high lows that I've mentioned. And for example, this morning you can see that euro yen was very bearish, right? At this moment, the yen was the strongest against the euro and there was a great move, but I didn't take this trade because on the daily chart I see the opposite. I see an uptrend. As well, I'm looking at M15 time frames because I want to see if there will be some trend lines, if there is some pattern formation which will give me a sign to avoid the trade or to take the profit. But not to make it too complicated from the beginning, I'm looking at the M1 time frame with the Forex Profit Supreme Meter and I just confirm it on the daily chart. And I will share the Forex Profit Supreme Meter as a resource file to this lecture if you find it useful to use it for your trading. Now, I said that one of the things I'm using is the London opening and if I can catch this initial move. Now, if I miss the initial move, let's say that I had the confirmation on daily chart, but I missed that initial move from euro yen, what I would do, I would draw one Fibonacci right after the first move is done, and I'll be looking to sell these retracements at the 61.8, 50 and 38.2. Alright, so if I miss it one more time, then I would put pending orders at these levels, like sell limits orders. So if the price retraces to these levels, I would sell it and then I would be looking for the profits if the price goes in my favor. Later in the course you will see many examples, so you'll see exactly how I'm doing it. Just try to stay with me here to get the system I'm using. But again, I want to point out how important is the money management and the trading amount you will be using, because if I have sold here 3 times with one lot, probably I wouldn't be able to keep my stop loss here, because if things go wrong and the price hits the stop loss, I would exceed my loss of 5%. And this is why usually if I am selling 3 times or using these retracements, I would put the stop loss a little bit closer or even a little bit above the London opening. As I said, you will see many examples and you will see exactly how I am doing it. The same thing applies on the other side, and I will go back to the previous trading sessions with Euro Yen. I will have to zoom out and go back to yesterday morning. You will notice that right after the opening and here, we had a very bullish move from Euro Yen. Okay, so this is the first move. And it's a great example, by the way. So here was the opening at that point, and then we have the first move. Again, if I catch the move, I would put the stop loss below the recent lows. And in the next lectures, I will share with you a few methods I'm using to close the trade or to take the profits. But you will see that in this case, if I miss the move and I am waiting for the retracements, the price went even below the opening of London. So keeping the stop loss somewhere here would have been very risky. And actually, I have recorded such an example. I'm pretty sure you will see later in the course. So keeping your stop loss on a safe place is very important. And one more time, if you use these retracements to buy, you have to calculate how much you can afford to use as lot size, so you will still keep your stop loss at a safe place. But we have the very opposite thing when we are buying. I am looking for that first move, and if I miss it, I'm chasing these retracements so I can buy at a cheaper price. And usually I am using buy limits order. So I am at that point, let's say I'm at that point, I see the price starting to retrace from right over here. I can put buy limits order, so if the price reaches these levels, it will execute the trades automatically. The good thing when you put buy limit or sell limit order or buy stop sell stop is that you can predefine your stop loss and take profit, and you will see actually how much you are risking before the trade is open. Alright, so let me get into that step by step, and in the next video you will see when I close the trades and when I take profits.